Hello and welcome back again to this particular series related to hybrid electric vehicles. So here we will see the most essential component of hybrid electric vehicles. So here we will discuss about the auxiliary battery, which is also called a supportive battery in the electric and hybrid vehicles. So what is auxiliary battery or supportive battery? So the auxiliary battery is the small battery found in all cars, but it is extra important in the electric and hybrid vehicles because while the main battery, the traction battery, gives the power for moving the car, the auxiliary batteries supports some few jobs like it will supply electricity for starting the car, engine or the main components or main controller. Okay. Then power electrical accessories like light, music system, window, AC fan and sensors before the main battery get engaged. So how does this auxiliary battery work? So here a chemical to electrical energy conversion will happen. So inside this type of battery, a chemical energy is converted into electrical energy and ions from the anode to cathode through the electrolyte produce a electron means current, okay, at the terminals, and this current flows to the electrical part of a car when it is required. Now, the starting the car, when you press the start, electricity from the auxiliary battery wakes up and the main system of the start of the engine will work. Okay. And it will work as a power accessories also, powering the accessories. So why is the charging level is important? Okay. So like showing here in this particular image, by the battery icons keeping the auxiliary battery okay fully charged like close to 100%. So it is important for reliable starting the proper working of all the accessories, and if the battery level is very low like 15 to 30 percentage, so starting issue will be there and accessory problem can occurs. Okay, so this is all about your auxiliary battery. Now here we will see a traction battery. So what is the traction battery pack? So the traction battery pack is the big battery pack. Here you can see this particular battery. So this type of battery will be there. Inside this there will be a small cell presents and all the cells combine together to make a full battery pack. Okay. So it will be present in your electric and the hybrid vehicle, and it stores a large amount of electricity which is given to the electric motor to run whenever the car needs to move, and this electricity is the motive power that can makes the wheels turn the and the car can drive properly. Okay, so how does it work? So energy storage. So the battery is charged from the charger plug in at the home charging station or the engine in the hybrid mode. Okay, and it holds and saves the electricity until the car is ready to move. Now there are some different types of storage systems. The first one is your lithium ion battery. Okay, most common and used in latest electric cars, fast charging and long life. Then after there is nickel metal hydride, so it is used in the some hybrids. Then lead acid battery, so it is used in the older and the less common. Okay, then after ultra capacitor, so it is used for the quick and burst of a power. So these are the few idea about your traction battery pack. Okay. Now the next is your DC-DC converter. So this device converts higher voltage DC power from the traction battery pack to the lower voltage DC power needed to run the vehicle accessories and recharge the auxiliary batteries. Okay, so here basic layout is given how it will work. So now the next is your electric generator. So electric generator generates electricity from the rotating wheels while braking, transferring that energy back to the traction battery packs. Now next is your electric traction motor. So electric traction motor using power from the traction battery pack, and this motor drives the vehicle wheels. Some vehicles uses the motor generator that perform both the drives and the regeneration functions. So now the power electronic control PEC. Okay, so this unit manages the flow of electrical energy delivered by the traction battery, okay, and controlling the speed of the electric traction motor and the torque it produces. So this is a basic layout how it will work in your electric vehicle or a hybrid electric vehicle. So the next important component is your internal combustion engine in hybrid electric vehicle, which is spark ignited. So in this configuration, the fuel is injected into either the intake manifold or inside the combustion chamber, where it is combined with the air, and the air fuel mixture is ignited by the spark from the spark plug. Okay, and then engine will start. Now we will see about the exhaust system. So the exhaust system channels the exhaust gases from the engine out through the tailpipe. A three-way catalytic is designed to reduce the engine out emissions within the exhaust system. Okay, so here based on the SI and CI engine, we have harmful gases present inside your combustion chamber. So like CO is your carbon monoxide, which will be present in both CI and SI engine. Okay, so here SI is your spark ignition engine. Okay, spark ignition, and CI is your compression ignition. So another harmful gas is HC, unburnt hydrocarbon. So this is also present in both the engine. Then NOx. NOx is nitrogen oxides. So mainly mixture of NO and NO2. Okay. So this is also present in both the engines. Then after there is PM, particulate matters. So it will only present in your compression ignition in diesel engines. So next is your fuel tank. So the purpose of fuel tank is to store the gasoline on board the vehicle unit, okay, when it is needed by the engine. So the fuel tank is a strong metal or the plastic container fitted inside the car, usually at the back or the under the floor. Okay, so basically, as already we know, it is used to store the petrol or a diesel into the car. Okay, so this is basic idea regarding the fuel tank. Now next is your thermal systems. Okay, so the thermal system is the cooling mechanism in the car that keeps all the main part at the safe working temperature. Like your it is work for the engine, electric motor, power electronics, and the battery packs. Okay, and why it is needed? So the all these parts create a heat while working. So it if they get too hot, they can damage you and shut down you or lost the your powers. Okay, so the cooling system ensure they stay in the right temperature ranges at all the times. So how does it will work? So there is a coolant flow. Okay, a liquid called coolant flow through the pipes and the channels around the hot parts, and the coolant absorbs the heat and carries it away. Another thing is your radiator and the fan. The hot coolant passes through a radiator where it loses heat to the air, and fans keep pushes air through the radiator to cool the coolant faster. Okay, so this is all about your basic idea of thermal system used in the EVs, sorry, in the hybrid electric vehicles. So the next is your transmission system. Okay, so basically the transmission system transfer the mechanical power from the engine and or electric traction motor to drive the wheels, and uses like it will be used to power and torque capacity sizing and determining the gear ratio impact on the fuel economy and performance, and to determine the rotational drive shaft speed and reactions torque. Okay, so this is basic idea of transmission. So this is a basic layout which is showing how all the important parts work together from the engine and the battery to the wheels and controls the system. So let's take a simple tour through this each part. Okay, so here engine. So this particular part is your engine. Okay, so the power source run on this petrol or a diesel. Okay, then after fuel tank, this particular area. So fuel tank stores the petrol for the engine, Then battery pack. Okay, so whether you can use a lithium battery or any kind of battery, depends upon your EV. Okay, so it will stores and gives the electricity to the motor generator. So basically EVs nowadays, EVs are coming with lithium ion batteries only. Okay, next is your motor generator. So this part. Okay, so motor generator can drive the wheels using battery power and also recharge the battery during the braking. Another thing is transmission. So transmission is used to transfer powers from the engine motor to the wheels and changes speed and torque for smooth driving. Then there is one clutch. Okay, so the clutch allows engine and motors to engage and disengage smoothly. Then there is a cooling system, this particular area. So cooling system keeps the engine, motor and electronics to at the safe temperature. And hybrid control module. So it is act as a brain and controlling power flow, switching between motor and engine and choosing the best driving mode using the software. Okay. Now power electronic DC-DC converter. So this one and this particular thing, power electronics and DC-DC converter. So it will manage the flow of electricity between the battery, motor and accessories and keeps the voltage right for every system. Then the last one is your software application. So this particular, so it will helps to operate and manage all the system with the smart control. Okay, so this is all about a basic idea of layout, how the HEVs looks. A big thank you for giving your valuable time and attentions throughout this detailed lecture. So we have covered all the basics and important system of hybrid electric vehicles, from the engine to battery and transmission to the smart control system and the layout. So hope this learning help you in your studies and in your careers, or in the simple like you have a curiosity about how this advanced system work. So thank you so much for listening this particular series.